my name is Charmaine. Welcome to Not Today Knits. Today I'm going to talk about my finished objects and some of my work in progresses. So today is Friday, April 25th, and my first finished object is actually what I'm wearing. This is the Lusk Tee by Clow of the Crayabea. This is a test knit that I have just finished. Let me get up and show you. So it is a short sleeve shirt. It is a summer shirt. This one I made in YarnBee Bamboo-tiful in the colorway Mist. It's like a really light, soft gray. And this yarn is 50% cotton and 50% viscose from bamboo. So on this one, I made size 8, which is supposed to have, let's see, I was trying to see what the ease of this one was. I think it has a finished bust size of 56 inches, I do believe. So it gave a positive ease of about 4 inches on myself. It's a really good pattern. I like her patterns. They're very easy to follow. It's a nice t-shirt. I plan on making a few more of these this summer in some more summer yarns because it's very comfortable and very lightweight. It doesn't weigh hardly anything. I think I used almost 2 balls of this. I'm gonna have to measure it, but about 200 grams is what I used for this one, which is nice. And I believe this one comes out, I think the shirt pattern comes out in May, if I'm not mistaken. I'll have to double check on that and I'll put the information down below. My second finished object is my Ingrid sweater baby. And this is the one that I was working on last time. It has been blocked, but the ribbing cinches it in a little bit, but it's got these really cool pattern repeats on it, all the different textures and stuff. So this one is in the 9 to 12 month size. It is for my nephew. I do have to weave in the ends. That part I haven't quite done yet. But I did wash and block it. This one is made out of Lion Brand Respun, which is 100% recycled polyester in the colorway Hazelwood. It's a really nice yarn to work with. The pattern is written for DK weight, and this is classified as a worsted weight yarn, but it's a really thin, like a light worsted. So I was able to get gauge with this one. Let's see. I made the size 9 to 12 month size, and I did use US size 7 for the main body, and then the ribbing was done on a US 6, a 4 millimeter. So I do like this one. My nephew's birthday is coming up here in a few months, and so I plan on weaving in the ends and getting this one packed up for him. Let's see. That's all the finished objects I have. I do have some works in progress. I do enjoy starting new projects all the time. So this one, whoops, I'm losing stitches now. I decided to make a diagonal baby blanket for my niece, her soon-to-be niece. Let me show you this. So this is what I have so far. It's a really pretty, the light coming in from the window. It's a really pretty neon colors. And I'm just doing a knit knit front and back on each end to do the increases. I had to borrow my needle for another project. This is US size 6. I did actually order another set of US size 6 4 millimeter needles and got those in last night. I just have to put them on. So this is made with Premier Hipster cotton, and this is in the colorway Rainbow Roller Skate. This is 100% cotton, and I actually saw the project with this yarn in one of my local yarn stores, craft stores. I went to Ben Franklin and saw this. They had it in a different colorway, but the same kind of cotton, and they used 2 balls. So I have 2 balls of this, and I'm just going to do the increases on this until probably just before halfway, and then or to the almost to the end of this, and I'll do my 3 or 4 rows of just regular knit back and forth, because this is in garter stitch. So I'll do the knit back and forth without any increases or decreases, and then while I'm doing that, I'm going to switch to the other ball and I'll do the decreases with that one. So it gives me a little bit extra just in case one side ends up being a little bit, uses more yarn than the other. Not a big deal. Okay. Let's see, what else did I start? Oh, okay. So I also started a project earlier this month, and I'm not sure I'm going to finish it. So I'm working on the Rhue Sweater by Rebecca Clow of the Crayabea. And I'm again using Lion Brand Respun 100% recycled polyester. This one is in the colorway Cider, and it is a colorwork yoke sweater. Where's my other color? The other color I was going to use with this one, oops, it's not that one. Hold on, let me grab it. So the other color I wanted to use with this is Parchment. So they go, I think they go together pretty good. So this pattern is, like I said, a color work pattern. And it has, let me pull this up here. Oh, this way. So it has one color on the top, and then you do some color work, and then you finish the bottom with the contrast color. And I did the yoke, almost the full yoke. This one I'm working on size US 6 4mm needles. I think it's the ones I took from the other project. So this is what I have so far. I've already joined in the round. I don't have it on a big cord because I haven't really decided what I'm going to do. So this is the front, and it's got these really neat like saddle shoulders, or contiguous. I'm not really sure. So it's got these increases, these bands here for the top of the shoulder, and then it does increases on both sides, and then it switches to add raglan stitches that go down. So I'm to the point to start the color work, but I'm having an issue with the instructions on the color work charts, because it has 4 color work charts and it doesn't say which ones to use where. Like, they have a portion of the chart that's highlighted for repeating, but it doesn't say how many times to repeat. And then I was looking at some other people's project pages on Ravelry, and a lot of them were having the same issue with that area. And they were saying that one person said that when they figured it out, they realized that you have to work all 4 color charts at the same time. One chart for the front and back, one chart for the sleeves, and then there's one stitch that's a raglan stitch on each side of the sleeves on both sides, and that takes up the other 2 charts. Which, fine, you know, I could I could go ahead and work it like that. I could figure out the rest like that. But a majority of the people stated that they had to do a lot of extra rows before starting the color work because the yoke was not deep enough. And then before splitting for sleeves, they had to do additional rows. And then some of them had to cast on like 10 or 12 extra stitches just for the arms. They were saying that this shoulder construction does create a slimmer or more tight arm, which I don't think I would enjoy. I would want it to be a little more, or, you know, a little bit bigger. So I'm not really sure. I'm kind of leaning towards just frogging this one and finding something else. I'm taking a vacation to Alaska in September, and I wanted a warm sweater to take that I made, but I haven't made one yet. So I might see if I can find a different pattern that I like to work on. Okay, and then I have the Copilot Cowl. This one is made with Moonglowyarnco yarn. It's a light pink fingering weight. I don't remember the name of this one. I've had it for several years now. This one I am making on size US 6, 4mm needles. Now you see why I have to order so many. This is actually my knit pick set because I didn't have any more of my Chagu. So these are the Harmony wood ones. They're really pretty to work with. So this pattern, it is a lace pattern, which I've never actually made a cowl before, but it's not too challenging. So this has like a lattice design with a few rows of garter stitch, and I am on the last third section of the lattice. So I'm getting close to being done. I'm hoping to have this one done probably maybe in the next week, hopefully in the next 2 weeks. It's not a hard pattern to do, but I don't work on it all the time. It's kind of a mindless one, but I don't always have the time to do mindless patterns. Sometimes, you know, I use my time when I'm free to work on a more challenging pattern like the Rhue Sweater, but that one's on hold. So this one is the Copilot Cowl. Forgot to tell you who it's by. It is by Dominique Trad. And there are 2 different sizes that you can do. This is a circumference of 180 centimeters. So it's not too big. I like it. Okay, then I decided to make some flower basket coaster sets. These are, I'm trying to come up with some things to make for a booth I have at a Comic-Con coming up in a few months. And these, I think, are gonna make the cut. So this is the rose one. So it looks like a big rose in a pot. It's really cute. So you take the flower out, and these are coasters. So they're about the size of a regular coaster, a little bit bigger. And there are 3 of them in this pot. You just make them individually, and then you kind of roll them up and wrap them around each other to look like a flower. So I'm going to make some more of the rose pot ones. Right now I am working on a carnation design, and I'm not quite done with the first flower. This is what it looks like. So it's green in the middle, and then it's got like a dark pink on the outside. So these yarns are Premier Yarns Minikins, and they are 100% cotton. No, they're 50% cotton, 50% acrylic, and they're a DK weight, or light DK weight. It says a 2, which would be a heavy fingering or sport weight. Yeah, sport weight. So I have a whole bunch of colors of these, and for the carnation, I'm doing this dark pink and a purple and a yellow, and they have the green on the inside. And then the basket, I'm actually using a different yarn. It says to use a thicker yarn, because I tried to make it with the Premier Minikins, and it was too floppy, so it didn't really hold its shape. But they still want you to use the same hook size, which this hook size is a 3.75 millimeter. So for the basket, this is just a kind of a neat color I used. It's called Hummus, and it's a YarnBee Cotton Et Linen. So this is 80% cotton, 20% linen. This is from Hobby Lobby, and it is a worsted weight yarn. Yeah, in the colorway Hummus. So I used that for the basket. I'm gonna make a few of these and see how I like them. I think they're pretty. Plus you can do all sorts of color combinations. So I plan on taking advantage of that, because I have lots of colors. And then I was working on a baby sweater. This one is the Baby Squared Up Jacket by Earth Yarns. And this is the one where you make 2 pieces like this, and they seam together in the middle of the back, and they open up. So I made 1/2, and I seamed the top together with the, what did I seam it with? Oh, single crochet. And then it has you do rounds to extend the arm. And then I was working on rounds that go from the back around the bottom and then up the front. And so it makes that a little bit bigger. So I did the first half. This one's done. And I went to start the second one, and I decided I didn't like it. So this yarn is Premier Garden. This one I also got from Hobby. No, I got this one from Ben Franklin on sale. So this is in the colorway Mountain Heather. So it's pretty girly stripes. And it's 100% micro acrylic, and it's a DK weight. So the reason I didn't like this one is it makes a thick, stiff fabric. And when you do the single crochet to seam up the top of the arm, I don't like how it folds. Like, it doesn't lay flat. It has an indent from where it's seamed. I don't know. It just didn't sit right with me. So I think, I mean, I like the pattern, and I think I'm going to make it, but I'm going to make it with a yarn that's not as stiff. So even though this one's acrylic, it's really weird because it feels like a cotton, actually. So I might choose a different yarn that doesn't have that thick cotton feeling to make this one with. So I do need to take this out. yeah, here's the second one that I had started, the second half of it. It's this weird, see, 1, 2, 3, 5 sides, so pentagon shaped, granny square, granny pentagon, and then it just folds up on itself. It's a neat construction. So that one didn't go very well. So yeah, that's all the ones that I have been working on currently. I have a pair of socks that are on the go, but I didn't bring those in here. And I haven't done anything on them for a while. So those are just my mindless knits. When I have to pay attention to something else, I can just knit around and stockinette stitch on a sock. So, oh, I do have a yarn here. It's not a new yarn. This is one I pulled out from my stash. It is Alexandra, The Art of Yarn. Here's the tag in the colorway Merlin Alfalfa, and it is a DK weight, 100% superwash merino. It's a really pretty green. It does have some variegation to it just because it's hand dyed, but it's really pretty. I plan on making a hat for a friend of mine who's going through cancer treatment. But I haven't decided on a hat pattern yet. I was kind of thinking the Pearl Soho ribbed hat, which is really nice. It's easy and it, you know, stretches nice because I'm not really sure the size of the lady's head that I'm making it for. But then I kind of decided I wanted cables. I think cables would look really pretty in this green color. So until I find a pattern, that one's just kind of sitting to the side. So anyways, that's all I have for today. Thanks again for taking the time to watch my video. If you enjoyed this kind of stuff, go ahead and like and subscribe. That would be liked by me. Anyways, I hope to plan a little bit sooner. I had some things come up that I wasn't able to post a video sooner than, it's been almost 3 weeks, I think. 2-3 weeks. So anyways, I'll try to get back here in the next week or two and post another video. Maybe I'll post one of me tearing up all of my projects I decided not to work on. So anyways, thanks again for watching today and have a great day. Bye.